January 19th, 2025, 8:03 p.m. It has been 12 days since Cookie was put to sleep. As a recap, like every video, we got Cookie about May 7th, 2022, when he was 8 weeks old. He was a short-haired domestic, black and white, so we nicknamed him Mini Moo. He was diagnosed early in life with a heart murmur, and in December we found him under the tree with weight loss, yellowing, pale gums, lethargy. He wouldn't eat, he wouldn't purr, so the next day we took him to a vet ER. They said that basically every medical level he could have was terrible. His red blood cell count, his white blood cell count, his platelets, everything was just horrible. So they started him on 0.4 milliliters of doxycycline and 5 milligrams of prednisolone twice a day, every 12 hours. He recovered amazingly for the next 5 weeks. He got so much better. January 7th, 2025, he went for his vet appointment with my dad for a checkup. They said the only concern was his CBC was 26% and they wanted it at 30. So they would like to run a vector blood test in the future to determine what he might have. Then he came home. I woke up a few hours later, got ready, left the house at 12:20. After giving him a quick pet and kiss and saying, "I love you, I'll be back." Got home at 3:50. He was breathing heavily in my brother's bed with his mouth open, so we rushed him to another vet ER. They said he had Evans syndrome and was in heart failure, likely brought by a weak heart, made worse by his meds. They said there wasn't much of a chance to save him, and that hospitalization would cost $2,000 to $3,000. So, January 7th, 2025 at 8 p.m., Cookie was put to sleep after I made the decision to do so. A few days ago, I talked to his vet, his primary care vet, and she said, from her personal opinion, she did not think Evans syndrome. What she did think was either he had heart disease, which would have been the heart failure, or a blood clot went to his lungs. If it was the blood clot, she said I could walk into any hospital on earth with $1 million and there was nothing anyone could do about it. If it was the heart disease, or if it was heart disease, then outlook was another year. Optimistically, a year. But it's usually a couple of months, maybe. And he would have to be on several medications with constant checkups. And from my own online research, maybe even fluid drains. And she said that cats with heart disease, her patients anyway, did not seem very happy, which I'm going to interpret as her way of saying they're miserable. So, in the end, no matter what I had done on January 7th, the outlook was that I would lose Cookie. The only difference was whether or not I would be there for it. So by choosing to put him to sleep, I was able to have my goodbye with my baby boy. If you did the math, then you would realize that Cookie was maybe 2 years and 10 months old when he passed. He got dealt a very shitty hand in life. And it's not fair. Because he was the sweetest, kindest cat you could ever meet. Other cats that I have, they would run at him, swipe at him, hiss at him, and you know what he'd do? He never retaliated. He never hissed back, he never swiped. He just shrugged his little kitty shoulders and backed off. And then he would walk up to me afterwards and he would be like, "Hey, can I come snuggle?" And I would put on his favorite blanket so he could sit on my lap, and he would make biscuits and he would purr away, and he was always content. And that's the daily life of Cookie. He just sat on my lap and was happy. Knowing what I know after talking to his vet, I don't feel nearly as guilty for the choice of putting him to sleep. After all, either he would have died from a blood clot, or he would have slowly suffocated and drowned in fluid, and may have ended up passing away when I wasn't even home, and he already wasn't liking taking his current meds, and he was only on 2. I can't imagine what his life would have been like if I had brought him home with heart disease and had to give him like 8 medications and then schlep him to the vet every other day just to make sure that he was going to live. Especially with all the side effects of the medications and everything. I think he would have been miserable until he went. Nothing has really changed again, so this would probably be a short one. The vet was closed when I finally got around to calling for Lucy, so I sent them a text message and we'll see what happens. For context, Lucy is my other cat. She's very stressed. My theory is either she's bored, she's stressed, or it's the heat, but she's been over-grooming a lot. Like the patch between her legs is missing a lot of fur, and I think it's stress. So my hope is to bring her to the vet, figure out some good ways to help her relax, and maybe get some kitty Prozac to calm her nerves. My main theory is if she stresses the other cats, Lucy does not like any of the other cats in the house at all. And so I keep Lucy in here to keep her away from them, because otherwise she'll just hide the whole time and she won't eat or anything. She'll get like locked. Like if she sits on a counter or something and she knows other cats are nearby, she won't move. But the thing is, they'll shove their paws under my door here, so I gotta find a way to block it. And then they'll fight through the door, and it drives Lucy nuts. So my plan is to get a blanket to put under that crack there so the other cats can't poke their heads in or their paws. And hopefully that'll help her relax. I guess the only big thing was, so I collect cards, which is out of a hobby. I think it's fun, even though it can be expensive. I just, open it back and go, oh, cool. So above my desk, there's a whole bunch of cards that I have stored there. I'm slowly moving it so it's my desk and then a shelf. And then for the shelf, I plan to put Cookie's urn and all his favorite things. So it's positioned, is there anything in the way? No. So there's the bed. It's directly across. I'm just not showing it because there might be some things up there that I don't want to show right now. But then whenever I wake up in the morning, the first thing I would see is him. And I want to get some framed photos of him, and I just want to make it a nice little display. And then, whenever I usually, most of my days at my desk. If you are in my house, you'll find me here at my desk. And that's where he would come sit. I'd be here at my desk. And he would sit, like, right here. Where I would have the blanket, and he'd be right here, and I'd be doing my work. And he was happy. So I think it's fitting to have it above my desk, because then it's like he's still here with me at my desk, where he'd like to be. This I plan to clean up once I get around to cleaning up the floor. I got a vacuum and Swiffer and everything. I don't know if you can see, I'm pretty sure those are faint, older stains from that. So I gotta get that figured out. This is clean. I always clarify whenever I show it. A while ago, I cleaned out my dresser. This was part of the old clothing I found in it. I was just sorting through what clothes I wanted to keep, what I wanted to donate. This was stuff I was like, I don't want this. And it's kind of beaten up. So I put it on the floor temporarily so I can keep sorting through. And Cookie, I like to sleep there. So I just left it for him. One of the many spots for him to rest. And now it's just a pile of old clothes on the floor. None of the other cats like it, so why leave it there? Even though it's one of the few things I have a Cookie left. But I know I can't just hold on to old clothes. Wasn't his favorite spot anyway, but he did like sleeping there. What matters is that I have his blanket. His favorite blanket. And I'm gonna keep it safe. I already have it covered up. So, his favorite blanket is right there. This one. I have it covered so the other cats don't get to it. That's Lucy, by the way. And yes, I know there's no sheet on the bed. The sheet's clean. I sleep with a sheet. I'm not that kind of white person. I sleep with a sheet. I just, because Lucy's sleeping here, and she really likes the bed, so whenever she's sleeping here, I just don't bother, because I don't want to stress her out by moving her around and chucking her. So then, whenever she moves and I realize it, I'll just put the sheet on then, but until then, yeah. But yeah, once the altar is all ready, I'll put this up there. I'll line the top of it, and that's where Cookie will rest. From now on, he'll be at home with me. But I guess I'll just get to wrapping up. I have 2 messages. I have a message for you, the people at home. I do check the statistics on things just to see. I appreciate the views on everything. It looks like, I think the last one got like 70 or 80. I don't know if it's just the YouTube algorithm pushing things or if it's bots. I mean, either way, I don't really care. That number doesn't matter to me. It could be 1, could be 1,000. What matters to me is that you even clicked. That someone out there other than me now knows that Cookie existed. That even just a photo of him is in your brain somewhere. It's nice to know because a big part of this is just to make sure that Cookie is never forgotten. Because he's important to me. And the more people that know that he was real and that he was the goodest boy, makes me happy. So thank you for watching, even if you never get to this part of the video. And also, I had a request. Just go pet your furry friend, or scaly friend, or if they're a fish, you can't pet them, but you get what I mean. Just go show your pet some love for me. You know, give them a good rub, give them some nice treats, give them a cozy place to sleep, let them on the bed or the couch or wherever if you don't let them somewhere. Just take some nice photos and videos for me. Just take a moment out of your day to show them some extra love for me. Because like I said, Cookie was only 2 years and 10 months old when he left. After he had gotten better. You never know when they're gonna go, so. I don't want anyone to end up like me where it's, you regret all the things you didn't do and you miss all the opportunities you never got. So I just want you to go take those opportunities for me while you can. You never know when their time is. And my final message is for Cookie. Wherever he may be in the grand multiverse. Hi Cookie. Hi Minnie Moo. I love you. You're my sweet baby boy. And I hope you're doing okay over there. I hope you at least got to say hi to Jinxie. Maybe she's off roaming and visiting all her kitties in spirit, but I hope you're doing okay. I hope you have everything you want over there. Blankets, toys, and foods, and snacks, and all the pets and snuggles you could want. People just walk around the second I start doing things. Sorry. Train of thought. I miss you a lot. Someday we'll be reunited, even if it may take 80 years, but I look forward to it. I just hope you show me all your favorite things when it's my time. Until then, I hope you enjoy experiencing the grand journey of life through me. I miss you lots. I'm gonna do my best to take care of the other kitties and do for them what I couldn't for you. There's always gonna be a place for you in my heart, my mind, and my body, and my soul. My home, my life, my world, my bed. There's always gonna be a spot for Cookie. I plan to put you right above my desk, just so I can see you every morning, just like I used to. I remember waking up next to you in bed, my little soft snuggly boy laying next to me, snoozing so soundly. Or I would get up and you'd be sleeping under there, or in my chair, or right there. But usually you were in bed with me, because you're my snuggly boy. I don't think I'll ever find a cat as snuggly as you. Posey and Lucy aren't that interested. Posey sits with me for a bit, but then she gets bored and leaves, and Lucy isn't much of a lap cat. She's more of a desk cat, which is kind of weird. Or a leave me alone kind of cat. But someday I'll have you on my lap again. And I'll have you on my lap even in spirit. I love you 3000. I love you to the moon and back. I love you with those phrases and lines and sayings and more. I love you in a way that can't be defined or explained by language, because any words will fail to capture the scale of my love for you, Cookie. I love you with all of my heart and everything that I am and never will be and ever have been, Cookie. I miss you, Minnie Moo. I miss you so much. I love you, I love you, I love you, I love you. Hugs and kisses. I love you, Cookie.